Welcome to the following presentation of the Dream Season Football League on NBC in beautiful 1080p HD television. Niners-Rams here. The winner is the NFC West champion and none other than the Joe Montana-led San Francisco 49ers can win here today along with the St. Louis Rams and clinch this epic division. Hello everyone, this is Charger Dude 95 coming at you live. San Francisco 49ers, St. Louis Rams, epic Week 17 rivalry, and this is the NFC West that'll come down to this. Phil Nunziato, what do you think?
Hey everybody, Nick, thanks for having me. I'm really excited about this. Nick, is there anything better than late season football, trying to get into the playoffs?
Nothing better, and especially with these two teams who are some of the best in the NFL today. So first down and 10, Isaac Bruce for a gain of 8 yards, and that leads us to our Rams offense.
Well, you know, Nick,
for this epic top 10 offense, we have quarterback Kurt Warner, along with halfback Marshall Faulk, fullback Robert Holcomb, the two epic wide receivers Holt and Bruce, and then the tight end Ernie Conwell.
You know, they're not called the greatest show on turf for nothing. This Rams offense lights up any defense they face, and I grew up as a fan of this team, and it's just amazing to watch them go to work on offense.
So second down and 2, Warner looking, and it is intercepted. Don Griffin going the other way to the 23-yard line. And what a big interception by Kurt Warner. First mistake is by this Rams quarterback.
See, that's not like Kurt Warner at all. He's one of the most intelligent quarterbacks in the league, and he just watched the corner jump the route. That's a great move by the defender there, but Kurt Warner's just got to play smarter. You're playing for the playoffs here, kid.
Kurt Warner, of course, with a big interception, and now first down and 10. The Niners have the first break. Montana throwing to the end zone, complete to Taylor, touchdown, San Francisco 49ers.
You know, Joe Montana is going to score on you most of the time, but it's a guarantee when you give him this good a field position. One play in the end zone, you can't expect any less from Montana.
John Taylor, 21-yard catch and run for 6 points. Kofor with the extra point, and it's 7-0 here early on in the Edward Jones Dome. And Phil, early Niners break.
Well, yeah, I mean, St. Louis is playing at home here. The home crowd's been quieted a little bit, but if I know these fans are going to rally behind their team, don't expect Kurt Warner to make that many mistakes.
Welcome back to the Dream Season Radio. San Francisco with an early touchdown, 7-zip here, as Hakeem will take it, and the Warner-led Rams will have another chance here as Hakeem takes it to the 29-yard line.
See, it's important. It's important as a quarterback to, after you make an interception like that, you have to have amnesia in a good way. You got to forget about your mistake and focus on the task at hand, which is getting down the field on this possession.
Warner on his second possession. First down and 10, throwing left to Faulk, and he gains about 8 yards before being pushed out of bounds.
You know, Marshall Faulk, one of the best running backs in the league, but people don't understand how good he is catching the ball out of the backfield and making things happen in open space.
Faulk, one of the best in the league at the shake and bake. Gain of 8 yards. Warner throwing underneath, complete to Holt to the 40. 35-30, no one's going to catch him. 15, 10-5, touchdowns, St. Louis Rams, and now we are tied again. That's 7 apiece in St. Louis.
Well, you really can't expect much different from these two offenses. Very high-powering. This is the greatest show on turf I'm used to seeing. Torrey Holt down the field. Nobody's going to catch him. One of the best receivers in the league. And, Nick, we got a ball game again. We're all tied up pending this extra point.
What did you expect, Phil? A blowout? I mean, really. All right, so the extra point pending to make it 7 apiece. The kick is good, and we are all tied here in St. Louis. So the kickoff from Jeff Wilkins will be received by Terrence Flagler, and the Niners will have their second chance for more points on the board. Flagler from 1 yard deep takes it to the 15-20, spins, and taken down at the 22.
You know, in today's world where the NFC West is kind of looked at as one of the more weaker divisions of football, it's so great to watch these teams at their peak, back when the NFC West was perhaps one of the most prestigious divisions in football.
And that's exactly what the Dream Season Football League is all about. I mean, some of the best matchups coming down every single week as these greatest teams franchise battle it out. And now we are right near playoff time, and this is where all the excitement starts to heat up here, Phil. And some of the best here, Week 17 coming down.
You know, Jerry Rice takes a nasty hit over the middle right there.
And he hangs on to the ball, though, Phil, for a fresh set of downs, and that's what you expect from the greatest in the NFL of all time.
Yeah. Nick, how do you feel about Jerry Rice? Beginning of the season, a lot of people were asking where he's been, but he has really come back true to form as of late, back to the Jerry Rice we all know and love.
Well, and that's been the big thing. Jerry Rice early struggles, but as of late, he's come back to his original form. And one of the biggest things that has been underestimated is his hands. I mean, early on, Jerry Rice, his hands were absolutely atrocious. He would drop a lot of balls that were in the end zone. But as of late, Jerry Rice is coming up, and he is expected to another big performance here in Week 17 with everything on the line. But Greer near the first down, and it'll bring out the chain gang.
You have to wonder if Jerry Rice would have been playing at his peak at the beginning of the season, would the Niners need this Week 17 win to clinch the division?
But Jerry Rice coming up as of late, and now, wow, he's just inches away. But Jerry Rice could be a big factor here with the season on the line for the Niners. So, but anyway, Terry Greer just inches short there of the first down, Phil.
You got to think that's a very close call. Good call by the officials. I think he was just shy of the first down.
As we look at the slow-mo instant replay, Terry Greer was, in fact, a little bit short. So third down and inches, Niners bring out the Wildcat and Roger Craig for 5 yards in the first down.
I don't know if these 49ers back in the day would ever use the Wildcat, but in any event, Roger Craig doing what he needs to do and gets the first down.
Roger Craig in the Wildcat of all positions, but any event, 5 yards first down, and we are at midfield here. The Niners knocking on the door here. Everything going for this Niners offense so far. Montana handoff to Craig. Well, until then, negative yardage on the play.
When you think of the St. Louis Rams, you think of this high-power offense, but you can't sleep on the defense. When they need to, they come up with the big play.
So second down and 11, ball on the 49-yard line. Handoff to Craig, and he bursts through a hole and picks up the Niners' first down. Gain of 15 on the play.
Roger Craig, over the past weeks of this season, just being able to watch the highlights here on the DSFL channel, Roger Craig is everywhere. I think he's one of the most productive parts of this offense.
Well, Roger Craig has really been one of the biggest parts of this Niners offense, despite their really amazing passing game. It's been all Roger Craig here in the last couple of weeks. Play action, looking complete to Tom Rathman, the fullback, and he gains 8 yards on the play, and that'll bring up another Niners first down. And what a series it's been for this 49ers. Big play starting off to Jerry Rice, then on third down and inches, Roger Craig from the Wildcat, and then the very last play, it's been Tom Rathman for another first down, and Phil, nice drive going on here.
Now, it's pretty easy to get intimidated by this 49ers offense, but sometimes you got to remember about that fullback who can catch a pass and get yards after the catch.
Well, with the Niners being so successful in the air, it's really been pretty surprising. Tom Rathman, a very underestimated player.
That's how it is with most teams, though. The fullback never gets credit, but he's so important in clutch situations.
Tom Rathman with 2 big catches so far for first downs. Brent Jones with a nice diving reception, and that is yet another Niners first down, and now we are in the Rams red zone here. So first down and 10, play action. Montana looking, throwing to the end zone, intercepted. Ronald Bartel going the other way, out of the end zone to the 10, and out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Big Montana turnover.
Just like I was saying, you cannot sleep on this Rams defense. Just when you think you got them where you want them, they turn the game around just like that. Big plays at big moments, that's what makes this team great.
Big red zone interception there, Phil. And now first down and 10. Warner having another chance here. Throwing complete, no, dropped. Kroll with a big hit there. And we'll tune in to our sideline reporter, Jeremy. What's going on, Jeremy?
Thanks, Nick. The receivers for this Ram offense have had no problem releasing off the line of scrimmage. The corners for the 49ers have struggled in press coverage against Rams wide receivers Torrey Holt and Isaac Brook. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Jeremy, as always, for that sideline report. So, Pierce Holt, the Niners defensive end, with a big sack there, 7-yard loss, getting off of not one, but 2 Rams O-linemen and getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, the 49ers, they have another defense where you might get a little shocked by their offense on how well they're productive, but their defense, when they need to, can come up with big plays right here, just overpowering the Rams' offensive linemen.
The past 2 plays, this Niners defensive line has created fits, and now Rams on a 4th and 18, obvious punting situation.
Yeah, the way this Rams offense is put together, Kurt Warner is a great quarterback, but he's used to getting the ball out of his hands quickly, and when he has to hang on to it too long, you see a lot of plays like this break down and end up with him on the ground.
And really, Warner has had fits all first quarter. I mean, the early interception was due to this Niners defensive line just dominating the Rams O-line and creating constant pressure for this quarterback. So look for the Rams O-line to possibly make some adjustments here as they try and stop this offensive attack here. 7-all, but the Niners are driving yet again. And Montana with the early touchdown to make it 7-zip. Please tune in to second quarter action coming up after this and a word from your local stations. This is the NFL on NBC. Alright, well guys, welcome back to Dream Season Radio Part 2. Here's John Taylor with a huge reception, and he gets about 20 yards on the play, and that is another Niners first down.
This game's about where we thought it'd be going into the second quarter. These teams are pretty even, which is no excuse for why the score is tied here. John Taylor trying to change that, getting the 49ers close to the red zone.
And the big surprise has been John Taylor leading the Niners receiving attack. You'd think Jerry Rice would be dominating this area, but it's been John Taylor all the way.
Well, with situations like that, I feel that in the beginning of the games, when you see the big stars, you kind of get intimidated and you double them up a lot of the times. But that also leaves some of the less-known players open, which explains a lot of the reasons that John Taylor is having a big day so far.
That's correct, and he's not only had a big day, he's had a big season. John Taylor, one of the biggest receiving threats so far in the NFL, and along with Jerry Rice, John Taylor going to the Pro Bowl here in the Dream Season.
Which explains any time you have two Pro Bowl receivers on the same team, the fact that they're close to playoff bound is no surprise to anybody.
And the Niners are second in the league, and that's been a huge part of this receiving corps. So 3-and-out for this Niners offense after they get in the red zone, but the field goal is good by Kofor, and it's 10-7 now. Niners have the lead.
Well, both these teams having such an explosive offense, you might have to think it'll just come down to that team that has that defensive stop. Look for this field goal to come into play at some point, considering how explosive both these offenses are.
So the kickoff will be recovered by Hakeem, 6 yards in the end zone, and he is tripped up at the 17-yard line.
Special teams can play a big part in this too. I mean, as explosive as these offenses are, I know I use the word a lot, but it's the best way to describe these two offenses. Field position is going to play a lot. Starting at your own 20, your own 40 is just a huge difference.
And these defenses could really use some help, such as field position. I mean, the last thing you want as a defense is to be backed up in your own end zone. So Warner from the 20-yard line, complete to Prohl in his first reception, gives the Rams a first down.
With the Rams, it's just a pick-your-own poison. You got the dynamic receivers on the outside, and then when he turns around and hand the ball off, you got Hall of Fame running back Marshall Faulk. You can't win as a defense when you're facing this offense.
Oh man. Ricky Prohl down the sideline, and he gets all the way to the Niners' 20-yard line, and a big play of all people to Ricky Prohl as he burns this Niners defense.
See, this is what I'm talking about. When you double the stars on the team, it leaves the lesser-known guys like Prohl here, who's a good receiver in his own right, wide open to make a big play.
So now the St. Louis offense is in the red zone for the first time all day.
Look for them.
Warner with the play-action fake, rolling right, throwing, and complete to Holcomb, and the fullback gets out of bounds after a 7-yard pickup.
Well, the St. Louis Rams are you're used to seeing those big dynamic plays down the field, but when they get in the red zone, they know how to tune it down a little bit and get just what they need in enough time to score.
Oh, to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Well, St. Louis could not get what they wanted on that play. Marshall Faulk with the drop, despite triple coverage on that play.
Yeah, regardless of the coverage, you don't see Marshall Faulk drop a lot of passes, but when you're triple covered, there's only so much you can do.